And welcome back. It's New Comic Book Day. Again, thank you for Sunday. It was clear I was just run down, and apparently half a day of extra sleep was all it took to help with that problem. So, thank you, and let's get back into it. Batman 161, Hush 2 continues, albeit a little late in the schedule. Two covers and a shiny version of the main cover. Biker Mice from Mars, Captain Planet and the Planeteers, Conan the Barbarian, Critical Role Vox Machina Origins Series 1, reprinting the digital first series from years ago. New History of the DC Universe continues. I did not have the timeline breakdown correct for anybody that I spoke to. They broke it up slightly differently, so we'll see how it goes going forward. But I'm enjoying the read. It's just the nerd in me. So, DC versus Vampires, World War V, almost to the end of that. New Adventures of Disney's Moana 2, Born to Voyage. Doom's Division, that's the end of that miniseries. Dynamite Dispatches, Dynamite jumps on the print catalog bandwagon. This talks about stuff coming out in September. Dynamite was sort of the last. They're not a small but sort of small publisher. Sort of the last holdout for Diamond Comic distributors, and they've taken a couple of hits, and they might still take another hit in the next couple of months, but they're doing their best to get their books on their shelves, and I feel like this is a big step to remind people that they exist. Emma Frost, White Queen, Fantastic Four Fanfare, Fantastic Four presents Franklin Richards, Son of a Genius. This is silliness that came out like 20 years ago. Chris Eliopoulos and Mark Sumerak putting this one together. It's a bunch of fun. It's silly fun. It is an insane little boy who's a genius being a crazy little boy. It's a lovely, lovely thing. Flash, Bad Moon Rising Special, Geiger, Godzilla. This is the new ongoing series. Gotham City Sirens, Unfit for Orbit. And of course, there's a couple of covers. And shiny. It's hard to tell, I know. Green Arrow and some glare. Green Lantern, issue 25. It's a milestone. Hornsby and Halo from Ghost Machine. Marvel's Imperial, just sort of sleeping through, but I did enjoy that cover. Iron Man, that's the last issue of that series. They've got plans already. They know what September's going to look like. Justice League Unlimited, that's an epilogue to We Are Yesterday, the recent crossover. Two covers there. Letter 44 Compendium, this is actually cool. I had never spent any time with it. It came out years ago, and it's a series that the presumption is a new president gets one of those top secret updates. You know, these are the things that you didn't know about, but now that you're president, you have to know about. And one of them is that we found life in the asteroid belt and what came of that. So, interesting. And apparently, somebody at NASA years ago said, yeah, this is kind of close to how that might go if such a thing happened. So, Absolute Martian Manhunter, I know you can't read it, but the art, there we go, it's a little better. The art's probably more important anyway. And two covers there. Monstrous. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. It's number 10 of the current series, but legacy counting, it's number 250, which ignores several solid miniseries. Legacy counting is always a funny thing with Marvel. Mothra, Queen of Monsters. Mr. Terrific Year 1. Best of My Little Pony Volume 4 featuring Pinkie Pie. Phoenix. Psylocke. And two covers there. Red Sonja Attacks Mars. Oh my God, so much glare. This is the last issue of that miniseries. Rockefellers. Runaways. Something Crawled Out. I think this is Vault. Originally put out in issue form. They chose to finish it as a complete graphic novel. I sort of always hate when that happens because then there's incomplete individual issues floating out there. But I believe related to some of the distributor changes, this was the easier way to be sure that the whole thing got out there. Space Ghost Annual. Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Verse versus the Venomverse. Star Trek Red Shirts. I love the concept. We'll have to see how serious or how fun it is. But it's a mini series about the Red Shirts. I thought the recruitment poster was a fun cover. Star Wars Epic Collection. This is volume 2 of the Marvel, the first Marvel series, not 1980s, 2010s. This might be 2015. Second volume, still Jason Aaron, and then leading into Gillen doing the writing. Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent continues. Superman, including the Legion of Darkseid and the beginnings of the end of the Darkseid story stuff. It's hard to follow DC at the moment. They have announced the next big thing of DCKO, as in knockout. The superheroes get to fight each other for the honor of fighting Darkseid. That's coming. That's coming. We'll see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course 2 covers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, and 2 covers. Thundercats Powerpuff Girls, because why not put 2 cartoons together, even if they're not built for the same audience? That's fine. Usagi Yojimbo, Void Rivals, Walking Dead Deluxe, Wolverine, Absolute Wonder Woman, and 2 covers there. And then last week we had the surprise variant. This is the regular cover for X-Men Age of Revelation number 0. This leads into the new Apocalypse series. That's plural. So sounds a lot like what they did the first time around for Age of Apocalypse, but I have not verified that yet. And Uncanny X-Men. And then a couple of extras. This is a fun-looking puzzle. The World of Edgar Allan Poe. It's a conversation puzzle, as they tell it. You get to put conversations together and then put those conversations in order to build the puzzle. Apparently, you can put it together all sorts of wrong ways, but the conversations won't make sense. So I like the added level to that. That is a special order. And then Nightwing Omnibus, Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo. Did I say Nightwing Omnibus? I don't know. My brain's wild. And then I think this is a re-release, Wolverine from the Marvel's X-Men line, or X-Men Legends series. It's the black costume that got my attention this time. Those other ones are not currently available, but the black costume Wolverine was, so I grabbed one of those. That is everything this week. Again, if you see something you like, let me know. I'll try and get it for you. The sooner the better. Before I order it is a great time. Subscribers, especially you late ones, got to make some purchases here. I'm going to have to bump into a few people this week. And that's everything. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.